A very warm welcome on the second day of our 7 days Prana Shuddhi Abhiyan. Sarva Prana Shuddhi Abhiyan, where we are trying to help people understand what is stress, what is overthinking, and how to process your feelings, how to make your relationship strong, and how to heal yourself, and how to make yourself yet strong person and make your prana shakti flow in a very good manner inside your entire body and align your mind, body, and soul, because most of the problems, most of the issues in the body happen because of our psychological issues, psychological problems. So we are on the second day of 7-day inner healing journey, where you're trying to align breath, release, align, and transform. So the first ritual is to sit comfortably and take some deep breaths wherever you are. Just sit comfortably. If you're folding your legs, if you're crossing your legs and sitting nicely, you're sitting on the floor, you're sitting on the bed, you're on a chair. If you're traveling, you can hear to the entire thing, recorded thing later on, and send your messages on WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube for us to answer. So sit comfortably and take some deep breaths. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably and let's inhale through the nostrils the cool whiff of air which takes your prana shakti inside your body, and make sure that it reaches to the center of your body, which is your stomach. Your belly must rise when you inhale. Make sure that it really becomes big, like you fill air in the balloon. And when you exhale, slow exhalation, the prana shakti traveling out of your body through your nostrils, taking all the discomfort, all the heaviness, all the worries with it. It's very important that you breathe well, because our prana shakti, our life force, is the most important thing, and we are here to align our prana shakti, to align our breath. One more deep inhalation through the nostrils and a long exhalation. When you inhale through your nostrils, feel the cool air going inside, traveling through your chest to your stomach, which is the center. Your digestive powers rest in your stomach. Your stomach is the second brain, your gut. And when you exhale, feel the hot air going out of your nostrils, taking all the worries, all the problems, all the issues out of your body. Let's do the mantra Ucharan, and you can stay the way you are and focus on your breath, and also try to feel the mantra. Om Prana Sedam Vase Sarvam Tridve प्रतिष्ठतम् मातेव पुत्रान् रक्षस्व श्रीश्च प्रज्ञाश्च विदेहि नयति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। We are invoking prana, which is in all the three words, and it is prevalent and existing in everything. And we tell Pran to be our mother, and like the mother takes care of her child, Pran should take care of us, give us wisdom and wealth. You may do one more inhalation and exhale, and slowly open your eyes. Put a smile on your face. So we start from where we left yesterday. Yesterday we discussed and discovered that I am not my stress, I am its observer. Chitta, Mana, Ahankar and Buddhi are the four elements according to the yogic wisdom which exist inside us, and the disbalance, the imbalance leads to chaos of the mind. So I hope you all tried to observe your breath yesterday, and you're trying to understand that you are the observer. You don't have to flow with the thoughts. If any thoughts which come to disturb you, you have to make sure that you just observe them, employ your cognition, and not flow with it. Moving ahead, we remember that when a thought or chain of thoughts come, they form an attachment, and we expect things, and they either become anger or fear, creating disturbance, leading to stress. And this stress keeps happening because we form a loop of overthinking. And that is what Bhagwan Krishna also said, the Bhagavad Gita is ripe with the scientific truths. So, moving ahead, we talk about what Bhagwan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita tells us further. He tells us, Udret Atmana Atmanam na Atmanam avsadhyet Atmaev Bandhu Atmanaha Atmev Ripur Atmanaha. Whatever this means that you will have to make yourself rise. You will have to make yourself not fall. Why? Because you are your biggest enemy and you are your biggest friend. Whatever you choose to be of your own self, of your manna, and you let yourself be, you will be. Which means, if you try to be an overthinker, try to be your enemy, you will be stuck in the loops. But if you try to be your friend, remember when your friend is in trouble or is in problem, what do? You don't tell your friend, oh, be in the problem, you're okay like that, there is no problem, no worry, just be basking in the glory of sadness. No. What do you tell your friend? You tell your friend, my dear friend, you are not bad. You are a blessed person. So don't be in sorrows. आप अपने दोस्त को एक अच्छे दोस्त की तरह क्या समझाते हो? आप ये समझाते हो कि वो कितने अच्छे हैं, उनकी ब्लेसिंग्स गिनवाते हो उनको, उन्हें कहते हो कि आपको ग्रेटफुल होना चाहिए। अगर जिंदगी में कोई प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं, दैट मीन्स दैट यू आर बीइंग टेस्टेड, यू आर अ स्ट्रांग पर्सन। सो आप एक अच्छे दोस्त की तरह अपने दोस्त का साथ देते हो, उनकी पॉजिटिव बातें गिनाते हो, उन्हें ग्रैटिट्यूड की फीलिंग दिलाते हो, एंड यू टेल देम दे आर पॉजिटिव। In the same way, you will have to learn to be your own good friend. Because if you're your own good friend, these overthinking modes will not disturb you. They will not come and try to tell you, oh, I am here. Chalo, let's get into an overthinking mood and let's just make you be stressed. It's important that you don't fall a trap to all of that. I'm sneezing. So the sneezing is because it's a little cold. No problems. So moving ahead, we have understood that we'll have to learn to be our good friend and not be our enemy. Lord Krishna doesn't stop here. He moves further. He says, Bandhu Atmanaha, Bandhu Atma Atmanaha, Tasya Yen Atma Ev Atmana Jitaha. Anatmana tu Shrattutve Vartet Atma Ev Shatruvat. Now, whatever this means, he says, if you have made your friend your Atman, your own self, if you have become your own friend, which means you have got victory over your man and your buddhi is becoming powerful, which means your intellect is being powerful, which means that you don't give in to the problems or the troubles or those ego factors. You logically think and you logically try to reason out whatever is happening. Then what happens? You become your biggest friend because you have taken your mana, buddhi and ahankar and made them a good unison, and you have balanced your chitta, your memories. But if you have not taken your man into your control, if your intellect is sleeping on the side, आपकी बुद्धि काम नहीं कर पा रही है, आपका इंटेलेक्ट वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, आपका मन हावी है, तो या आप अहंकारी हो जाएंगे, सुखी हो जाएंगे या बहुत दुखी हो जाएंगे और आप उस ओवर थिंकिंग लूप में पड़े रहेंगे. How thoughtful and how scientific it is all in Bhagavad Gita. So he says mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. So tell me, these days your mind is your enemy or your friend? If your mind, if your own self, if you are not being your friend, that is what we are trying to do here, helping you to navigate and understand yourself and be your biggest friend. Moving ahead, we have already understood the inner anatomy, Chitta, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankar. If you have anything you want to ask about them, you can send us your questions. Moving ahead, let's understand why stress happens. We have understood one thing, कि भाई क्या हुआ? There is a thought, then the thought is an attachment, then because you want to get it, there will be a fear factor or anger factor, then you will have that attachment, you will become obsessed with that thought and you would want to get it, and disturbance happens. So stress happens because there is kind of a danger, real or imagined. The danger is, if I don't get this, it is going to be very bad, people will laugh at me. We are imagining dangers, or the dangers are real. Bhai, when you talk about all those fight and flight reactions, what was fight and flight reaction? When you said that if, let's say, hypothetically, when science says that man used to live in jungles, so if there was a strong animal in front, you will not fight. You will flight, means you will run away. So that was a real danger. But even then you were acting on it, right? So, but today our fears are more of imaginations, we just start imagining things. So our sympathetic nervous system is always on because we are always in fight, flight or fear reaction. right? And our stress hormones, we are hearing so much about cortisol these days. Our cortisol is where? It is in adrenaline glands. So it keeps secreting because our body thinks there is fear. So it is trying to balance. We are always in that survival mode. We are always active. So we are always active. We are always on our attentive mode and we are always ready to fight. So the mind is always working. There is an overthinking mode which is happening. We are just looking at the negative aspect and we are always in the survival mode. And because we are always in the survival mode, it becomes chronic. Why chronic? Because right now, in today's world, threat is more of psychological, whether it is in your workplace, it is in your relationships, or it is in some occasion wherever you're going to meet people, or if it, it is about your ego, or it is about your, attachments to things. So it is more of psychological, है ना? और अगर आप बात करें फिजिकल की, तो फिजिकल नहीं है. Why? If you talk about the work pressure at the workplace, or if you talk about relationship issues, or if you talk about any trauma, it is happening in your mind. All that is happening in your mind. So the mind is keeping to play those experiences which are stored in your chitta, in your consciousness. So your consciousness is not in the purest of forms. And when it is not in the purest of forms, what is happening? You are in that loop and you're stressed, and that stress becomes chronic. And when it becomes chronic, what happens? Your buddhi is not reacting. It is not coming and saying, bhai, this is nothing. There is no fear. You have to understand your cognition and you have to do the information processing right. That's not happening. So the body is never resting and never resting. So your stress becomes chronic. And when the chronic stress happens in the nervous system, as I just said, the sympathetic nervous system is always on. We are stuck in survival mode. There will be fight, flight, or fear reaction. So you will be stuck 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. भागना है, लड़ना है या डरना है. So ये चीजें हमसे होती रहेंगी and वो हमारे ओवर थिंकिंग के लूप्स बनते रहते हैं. So we are stuck in a loop and we are in the survival mode and our sympathetic nervous system is on. Now, how do you get out of this survival mode? How do you get out of this fight, flight, or fear reaction? Because you're stuck. I'm sorry, like I'm stuck with sneezing right now. So you will have to understand how to get out of this stuck mode. If you remember in one of the videos, I had said that we have 3 systems. One is automatic nervous system. Automatic nervous system is what? Wherein your blood flow is happening, wherein your heart is beating by itself, your food is being digested by itself. Now this is what? This is automotive mode. You don't have any control. It's happening by itself. If you were to control any of these, everything will go bad because you have to control one thing, your prana shakti, your mind. You have to keep your chitta purified. We are suffering on account of it because we are not able to do justice to it. So because our sympathetic nervous system is on, what will you have to do? You will have to put it into a mode which is not a sympathetic nervous system, where you're not always startled, you're not always, ready to fight or flight or be afraid. So that safety mode is called parasympathetic nervous system. So survival mode, stress, chronic stress is happening, body is stuck. You have, what are the symptoms of this survival mode? You will have shallow breath. A lot of people, when they breathe, if you see, their breath does not reach to their stomach. It is just here on the chest. The stomach does not really become big like a balloon because their breath is shallow, because their mind is walking so much. It's working so fast. We have this small shloka which says, Chale vate, chale chittam, nischale, nischalam bhavet. Which means your air, your breath is moving so fast that your thoughts are also running. So if you quieten one of them, if you quieten your breath, your thoughts will quieten. If you quieten your thoughts, which is cognition according to the modern psychology, your breath will quieten. So your racing thoughts, your shallow breath leads to what? Hormonal imbalance. emotional reactivity, and so many more things. Relationships are suffering. So what do you have to try to do? You have to get into a healing mode. Healing mode is where the body feels safe. It knows that there is no need to be afraid. There is not the need to be in survival mode always, and that is called highlighting your parasympathetic nervous system. We'll come to that. But before that, let's understand that overthinking means the body is always in the survival mode. Breath is a remote control of your nervous system, right? When your breath is not, as I just said, chale vate chale chittam nischale nischalam bhavet. Your breath is running, your thoughts are running. So if you were to control either of them, and which is easy to control, your breath, thoughts also, because you'll work on your cognition. So if you work on both, wow, sone pe suhaga, right? So it will be really making you good. The stress will disappear, overthinking will disappear, and you will be able to get out of the cognitive loops, because your cognitive loops and this overthinking is making your prana to get scattered. Why so many people are suffering today? So many diseases, hypertension is there, diabetes is there, infertility is on a rise. Why? Because our prana is scattered, entire body is not getting the energy properly, the energy flow through all the channels of the body is not happening. As I yesterday told you, there are 72,000 pranic channels in our body through which the prana has to flow. If it is not flowing, you will have something or the other. Dry eye situation is also because your pranic flow is not happening properly. So it has to happen properly. Now, we know we have to not force the mind, but we have to regulate our breath. And if we were to regulate our breath, we will be able to understand how to move ahead, how to go ahead from here. So let's just deepen the exercises which we did yesterday and try to quieten and regulate the body. I would want you all to close your eyes and allow the breath to be smooth and gentle. We are starting by observing the breath. You remember I told you yesterday that Lord Shiva in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra gave the first breath observation method. There are 112 of them. So the first method of settling your breath is to just observe it. Because when you start observing it, you will start getting aligned with it. And slowly, you will start understanding it better. So, close your eyes gently. Make sure that you're sitting nicely and comfortably. Feel and see if there is any tightness in any part of the body. If there is any tightness anywhere, just shake a little. Just try to give a little flexible movement to that body, whether it is your shoulder, your hands, your chest area, your pelvis. Pelvic area is one area because our Mooladhara chakra, our survival instinct rests there. And if you have fears, your pelvic area will have a lot of blockages. It will not be smooth. So see if there are any blockages anywhere. Just shake that heaviness or that disturbance away and sit nicely, comfortably, with your eyes closed and observe your breath. Just observe your breath. Nothing you have to do. Just observe your breath. We will do this breath observation. I will be quiet for a whole minute. Just try to observe your breath, flow with it. Flow with your breath. Notice when you're watching your thoughts which are coming. Are you moving away with them, or you're trying to stick to your breath? You have to stick to your breath. You have to ensure that you are just with your breath. Nowhere to go, nowhere to reach. Just staying with your breath and observe how your breath watching is slowing your thoughts. Your mind is not trying to race you. If any one of you notices the mind still trying to race you, don't worry. Just go back to your breath. Observe your breaths. Do nothing, just observe your breath. I hope a lot of you are feeling that your mind is slowing down, your thoughts are slowing down, and you are in no hurry right now. कहीं नहीं जाना है, कहीं नहीं पहुंचना है, खुद से जुड़ना है। हमने कल महर्षि पतंजलि का सूत्र सुना था कि योगश्चित्त वृत्ति निरोधः, और योग का मतलब होता है जुड़ना। योग मीन्स यूनियन। आपको जुड़ना है खुद से, अपने आप से। खुद से जुड़ने का प्रयास। और महर्षि पतंजलि ने एक और बात कही, अभ्यास वैराग्य तन्निरोधः। जितनी भी फ्लक्चुएशंस ऑफ माइंड है जो हमारे लूप्स बनाती हैं, उनको दूर करने के लिए, क्योंकि we have made them for such a long time, we will have to do abhyas and practice vairagya. Abhyas means you will have to keep practicing. For example, right now you're observing your breath. So you'll have to continue observing your breaths. Any thoughts which try to come to disturb you, let them come and go. There is no rush. Let them just come and go. You just have to observe your natural breath. Now, let's go to the second practice. Now you will flow with your breath. You will try to be in charge of your breath, and you will deepen your breath. You'll have to inhale to the count of 5. And then when the breath is inside, try to hold it to the count of 5, and then Again, I will say 5. You will exhale, and then you will try to hold outside to the count of 5 as I will say. I hope you understood. When you hear me, you will understand. We will be doing 5 breaths like that. So slowly inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it difficult? It was difficult, right? Let's do 2 more rounds, not 5 rounds today. Just 3 rounds, but try to flow with me. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just relax. Try to observe what is happening inside, what is happening in the mind. Have the thoughts slowed down? Are they disturbing you with the same intensity as they were disturbing earlier? How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel that something has happened inside? Do you feel better? Do you feel that your mind is becoming slow? Notice your mind slowing down. So this is box breathing. When you are okay, all of you, we will go on to the next practice. Please don't open your eyes. Just keep your eyes closed still. No reason to open your eyes because there is nowhere you have to go, nowhere you have to reach. We are trying to make a connection with our own selves. We are trying to ensure that we know ourselves better. We are connected to ourselves better. You have to ensure that you're making a connection with your own self. Because this connection is lost, and that is why all the stress and overthinking keeps disturbing us. You have to be in charge. You have to ensure that your intellect pervades. This is your journey, your time to be with yourself. Now, Just observe your thoughts. They are also moving. The way your prana shakti moves inside your body, but they're like clouds, they're like wind. They just keep coming, just trying to make us feel good or bad. They are not the problems. They are just moving here and there, telling us to move with them. Let them move. Let the thoughts come. Arey, I have so much work to do. Arey, I have to do my cooking today. Arey, I have to take my wife for the Valentine's. Arey, we have our marriage anniversary coming. My friends have invited me. I have to go tell my spouse. So many thoughts will come and disturb. Let them come and go. Let them not disturb you. They have no business disturbing you. You are your own boss. Let the thoughts move. You don't have to move your mind with them. You have to be the observer. You are not the thinker. They are the clouds coming and going. You are not your thoughts. It is because you let these thoughts disturb you, they keep disturbing you. Now you are just observing. Tada drishtu swarupe avasthanam. That's what Maharishi Patanjali says. जब आप अपने विचारों को आने और जाने देते हो, उनमें मैं का भाव नहीं उत्पन्न करते हो, तो आप खुद के स्वरूप में अवस्थित हो जाते हो. आपकी कॉन्शियसनेस का जागरण हो जाता है, आपका खुद से मिलन हो जाता है, आपका आसक्ति भाव कम हो जाता है, आपको अटैचमेंट्स नहीं होती हैं, क्योंकि अटैचमेंट्स ही दुख देती हैं. भगवान कृष्ण कहते हैं कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु. कर्म करते जाओ बिना फल की इच्छा करते हुए. ये जो फल की इच्छा है, यही दिमाग का भार पैदा करती है. फल किस चीज का चाहिए? अपनी मेहनत तो अच्छे से कर लो. अगर हम मेहनत करने से पहले ही if we are just thinking of our results, how are we going to be happy, my dear friends? How are we going to feel happy? Now try to observe if there is any heaviness in any part of the body. We first were trying to do breath observation. Then we did box breathing. And then we went on to thought observation. So try to see if there is any tightness in any part of the body. There is a possibility that there is a pranic disbalance in that part of the body, which you might have to work on. So if there is any tightness in any part of the body, see if you can try to use your hand to massage that area. No jerking. No jerking of any part of the body. Just try to give a massage to the body part which is feeling heavy with compassion. Try to show compassion. With compassion, give massage, a gentle massage to the body part which is feeling discomfort or heaviness. I'll give you 1 minute to come back. Open your eyes with a smile on your face. My time starts now. Half a minute is gone. You may start getting ready to open your eyes with a smile and come back. Slowly bring your awareness back. So, you may ask yourself, how does the mind feel right now? Did stillness come, or you had to put efforts? Stillness will be created when slowly you start aligning your pranic force, your prana shakti, and there will be a smooth flow of your prana shakti inside your body. Just remember this. If you can just remember this, you will be able to make a bigger difference to your own life and to the lives of others. Yesterday's home practice, hope you all are doing it and you can continue doing that. But today, whenever you feel stressed, take 5 slow conscious breaths. You can do box breathing, you can just do the inhalations and exhalations slow and long. And you will see your thoughts not disturbing you as much. And as I said, it is abhyas and vairagya. So you will have to do that. You will have to do a lot of practice and you will have to be performing or do abhyas of vairagya. Vairagya means you'll have to be unattached. Your breath is always inside you and your breath is not just the breath. It is your prana shakti. So you have to make sure that your prana shakti gets deeper and longer and your body is aligned with your mind, your chitta and your intellect pervades. Before we go off for today, hope we were able to do some justice to today's session. Any comments, any questions are most welcome. During the live sessions where we can chat, which we would be soon doing them, we would want you to come live with us. So any questions which you have, you can put them into WhatsApp group, Facebook group, or the YouTube video, wherever you're watching. So before we part for today, let's just do a small chanting of the mantra for the happiness of everybody. Once again, close your eyes, put your hands in Prarthana Mudra. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukh bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Please be in gratitude to the God, to this world, to this universe. Please be in gratitude to your parents who brought you to this world. And please be in gratitude to all the people who make your life worth it. And also be in gratitude to yourself because you are out to give a beautiful meaning to your life and you're trying to understand how to make things the best. Because this life is for once and we have to ensure that we do our best. Namaskar. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We'll meet you tomorrow for the third day. Any questions are most welcome. Thank you.